So, starting off, you want to talk about your safety equipment. You have your seatbelt. It's properly mounted, secured, not ripped, torn, or cut. It is adjustable and it latches and unlatches. We will then leave it latched for the remainder of the test. From there, I have my fire extinguisher, which is located on my left side here. It is properly mounted, secured in this bracket, minimum of a 10 DC, fully charged with an up-to-date sticker and a safety pin in place. From there, you have your red reflective triangles that are properly mounted, secured in the box, not cracked or broken, and able to stand on their own. I also have fuses, typically in the glove box. I have one spare fuse for every electrical component of the vehicle, unless it is circuit breaker equipped. From there, From there, you're going to want to do a safe start on the vehicle. Punch down, click it over 1, just to get the ABS light came on and went off. You will state that during your test. After the gauges have swept, you go ahead and start the vehicle. So, and as I stated, seeing as I'm the first one to go, the air is built up. If you are the second onward, you will have to state that my low air pressure warning light and buzzer is on because my air pressure is low. You do want to bring some attention to that. So from there, I'll start talking about my gauge shield. My gauge shield is properly mounted, secured, not cracked or broken, and it should be clean. And I'll talk about each individual gauge. I have my oil pressure gauge. When idle, should be between 5 to 20 psi, and when operating, should be between 35 and 75. I am currently at 45. I have my water temperature gauge, which should be within the proper operating range of 180 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm currently at 140. I have my voltmeter, which is the digital display in the center here. It should be between 12 and 14.5 volts. I'm currently at 14. I have my primary and secondary air gauge, which should be within the proper operating range of 120 to 140 psi. I'm currently at 120. My governor would kick in at 100 psi or below. It would kick out between 120 to 140. If it doesn't, and it continues to build to 150, the safety release valve will kick in to relieve the excess air to protect the system. So from there, I'll go cover my light indicators. Turn your lights on. You have your left, your right, your high beam, which is the blue light here in the center, and your four-way indicators. They're all working properly. So, I have my mirrors. They are all properly mounted, secured, not cracked or broken. It should be clean and adjustable to the driver from the driver's side. I have my windshield, which is properly mounted, secured, not cracked or broken. It should be clean. I am allowed to crack no longer than an inch, and it cannot impede the driver's view. I have my weather stripping in the center here, which is properly mounted, secured. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts. Should be soft and pliable, not leaking. My windshield should be free of any illegal stickers, but I do have an up-to-date safety inspection. Okay, whatever that is, can that stop? I do have an up-to-date safety inspection sticker. I have my windshield wiper arms and my windshield wiper blades. They are properly mounted, secured, not cracked or broken. The blade should be soft and pliable and should have proper tension to the windshield. Alright, so from there I'll cover my vents. So you want to turn it on all the way. And start up with the face vents. Just hold your hand up, feel some air, it's working properly. There you go to your feet, which the vent by the foot is above the accelerator. Feel some air, it's working properly. And then for the defrost, same thing. It's working properly. Alright. So I have my city horn and my air horn. They're both properly mounted, secured. The city horn should not be cracked or broken. It should operate properly. And the air horn, the cable should not be ripped, torn, or cut. It should operate properly as well. Alright. All of that. Alright. So then from there, I will go ahead and start up with my tug test. So the order of the tug test does not matter. You can either do the tractor or trailer first. But just you got to know what you're talking about. Whichever one you are testing, you will push in the opposite. So I'll start off, I'll test my parking brake. So for that is clutch down, low gear. As I'm testing my parking brake, I'll push in my trailer brake. Do not touch the brake pedal. Ease the clutch up and give a slight tug. That's all you need. Re-secure the vehicle. Then speak to the examiner. That test was successful. My parking brake held the vehicle in place. From there, I'll test my trailer brake. Same setup, clutch down, low gear. Testing my trailer, I'll push in the parking. And once again, give a slight tug. That's all you need. Test was successful. My trailer brake held my vehicle in place. Damn it. So from there, I will test my combination service brake, which for that, you want to be sure you're at the proper operating range on your air pressure. Clutch down, low gear. You'll push in both. At this point, you want to have your foot hovering over the brake pedal. You will roll full. Then clutch down, brake pedal. Re-secure the vehicle. Then you'll speak to the examiner. That test was successful. My vehicle stopped in a straight line. If it did not stop in a straight line and it pulled to either side, that would indicate one of a few problems. Either lower flat tire, uneven ground, my load may have shifted, my brakes may be out of adjustment, or I may have a suspension problem. From there, you will have to set up for your applied pressure test. This is where the most common fails are, so you have to do these steps in order. So once again, you want to be sure you're within the proper operating range on your air pressure. Since I am, it is clutch down, low gear. You turn the vehicle off. You turn it right back on just for the electricity. Wait for the gauges have swept. Then you will release the key, release the clutch, release the brakes. Must be done in that order. Do it in any different order, you will instantly fail your test. So, from there I will do the applied pressure test, which for that, I will apply firm pressure to the brake pedal and I will hold for a minute. Within that time, I should not lose more than 4 psi for a combination vehicle, 3 psi for a single vehicle. So, for the test, the examiner most likely will not want to wait for the full minute. So when you press on the brake pedal, you'll count to 10. You can count it out loud or in your head. And after about 10 seconds, ask the examiner, would you like me to continue on or move on to the next test? So from there, that brake pedal all the way down for a couple seconds. That test was successful. I did not lose more than 4 psi in a minute for this combination vehicle. And as I said, you do not lift your foot off of the brake pedal until the examiner gives you the okay to move on. So from there, we will go to the warning light and buzzer test, which for that, I will fan my brakes down until my low air pressure warning light and buzzer come on, which should be before 60 psi. There we are. Test is successful. My low air pressure warning light and buzzer come on at 63 psi. You will have to name a psi for that. From there, you will do your pop-out test, which for that, you will continue to fan your brakes down until both your tractor and trailer spring brakes pop out. Trailer brake pops out between 20 to 45 psi, and the tractor pops out between 20 to 40. The trailer brake pops out first to help prevent a jackknife. You will fan down. During this test, your attention needs to be on that parking brake. Alright, test was successful. My trailer brake popped out at 45 psi and the tractor popped out at 40 psi. Test was successful. From there, you will then re-secure the vehicle. You don't have to ask the examiner for this. Just clutch down into neutral, shut the vehicle off, and from there, that completes my in-cab. That's it for the in-cab and the brake checks.